What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this POV review by Autobahn. My name is Max, and today you join me on a lovely day. Blue skies, it's been a while, and we are here with this viewer's car. This is a Holden Commodore SSV wagon. And this is Stefan's car, and Stefan spent a lot of time and effort getting this car over here. It is an Australian-made car. They were never sold here, so getting it registered was a pain in the ass. So today I'm going to show you around it. I'll show you a couple of cool things on it, and we'll take a look at the interior and then take it for a drive towards the Autobahn for an Autobahn blast. So, what is it? Well, Holden is a company, an Australian company that started in 1856 making leather accessories for horse riding and stuff like that, and saddles. At some point they thought, well, the automobile is going to take over from horses, and they started investing in that. And in 1948 they made the first Australian-made car, and fast forward to 2006, I think, when they introduced the fourth generation Holden Commodore, which was the first version of this platform that was Australian made, Holden made chassis, independent suspension all around. They made everything on this. Well, they made almost everything themselves, and developing this platform, this car, apparently cost them $1 billion Australian dollars. So they were serious with this one. This is a fourth generation VE Commodore SSV wagon. So that means that you've got the L98 V8 6 liter, and the V means that it is the most luxurious version. You get a lot of options and extras and stuff like that. So at the front you get a nice and aggressive front bumper for the SSV8 with this little sort of splitter angle there, fog lights, and this honey grade grille with the Holden logo up there. This car features Pontiac G8 headlights, because this car was sold as a Chevrolet and as a Pontiac G8 in the US, and I think later on also became the Opel Insignia. So Stefan bought the car in April 2023, or that's when he found it, bought it for 16,000 euros, then spent, well, the better part of 2 years to get it registered. Well, first get it over here, then get it registered, and then he started driving it in November of 2024. That is when he registered the car and he started daily driving it. So it is a very, very rare car to see here in Europe, which is super cool. And I love the whole, you know, station wagon V8 manual gearbox. I think that is such a cool combo. We've got Continental Sport Contact 7 tires here with 19-inch wheels, a 245 section tire. Behind that, well, pretty regular brakes. Braking feel is not great, it's a bit mushy, and performance is not great either, but it is sufficient, let's say that. Also adjusted suspension for the SS V8 models, and you get a nice V8 6 liter badge over there. SS badge down there as well, and 245s at the rear. You've got proper rear space as well. So this is behind myself, which is very generous and nice and comfy. You do go a little bit left to right, so it's not very supportive for a sporty wagon, but it is super spacious, very nice. And my favorite part of the car is the rear, because you get this massive boot with a quad tailpipe exhaust underneath. But look at that, that's a big boot. 895 liters, and if you fold the rear seats down, you've got 2,000 liters. So a very, very practical family car with a V8 and a manual gearbox. That is the dream, right? That's all fast dad's dream. I like it. So let's have a look at the engine. As I said, it's the L98 6-liter GM V8. It is a derivative of the LS2 V8, which you probably know, GM V8, and it delivers around 367 horsepower, 530 Newton meters of torque. It weighs 1900 kilos, this car, so yeah, it's not super fast, but it's fast enough to sort of get going and well, it's quite a fast car. Let's be honest, it's fast enough. Top speed around 260-270 kilometers an hour probably. Yeah, quite nice. It smells like an old school V8 even. Smells of oil. I like that. Let's have a look inside. Which, I mean, to European standards is not that great. Materials are a bit cheapy, to be fair. And also when you press these things, then you can see that it's just built not that well. However, we've got a V8 over there and a manual over here and rear wheel drive, so I don't really care. You can see that they developed this interior to be quite easily switchable to left-hand drive, because it's a symmetrical design, and you can see that this is just straightforward, not aimed at me. And you can also see that this handbrake here, it goes like that, and you've got the same thing over here, so they could switch that over and have the handbrake on the left side, because that is just identical. That's very smart. 6-speed Tremec manual gearbox as well, and what else? Little fly there. I think that covers it. I mean, you've got a lot of leather on the seats and stuff, SS logo. It's not super luxurious, but it's got everything you need for, I mean, 2006 we're talking about, right? So it's almost 20 years ago, so we have to judge it by that era. Okay. I mean, what were the Europeans doing in 2006? Did you have anything that was even remotely comparable? A BMW 550i touring?
MG V8.
MG V8, the ZS, or what is that?
I don't know, ZT whatever. With the Mustang V8.
There were not that many rear-wheel drive V8 manual station wagons around. I mean, there have never been many around, which is really cool. So, beautiful dials, by the way, these blue V8 dials that I've got in front of me there, and a little digital speedo even. 2006, not bad. All right, so let's have a drive. Now, I've already noticed that this is the way you're supposed to drive this car. So you just hang out, you drive it the Australian way with your elbow like that, just relaxed. Good day, mate. Oh, horsies. So it's not by any means a sporty wagon. It's a cruiser. It's a big, comfortable family cruiser that will impress you on a nice, long, swooping country road. Because, I mean, you've got a V8 and a manual and rear-wheel drive, but if you extract 100% from it, you'll be disappointed. I feel like if you just do 75-80%, it's just more enjoyable. The V8 is also not that loud. It's a bit of a weird sounding V8. It doesn't have that deep growl that you're expecting from an LS engine. So I think it would be really cool to have a proper exhaust on this car, or even a supercharger. I know that there were Holden dealerships in Australia that were offering these cars with tuning packages, I think even supercharger packages. I mean, that would be freaking awesome if you had like a supercharger whine to go with this wagon. So handling, it's a bit wobbly, hence my initial thought that this is more like a cruiser. It's not an M5 competitor, even though M5s of this generation also didn't handle like we expect them to handle today. So it's also about the it's also about the time that it was made. I think 2006. Cars just weren't that sharp, especially of this size. But this is what I mean. This is nice. I like this. Just cruising with a little pace. So it's actually the second time I'm driving this car, because I was here 2 months ago in the rain, and it was a cursed day, so I had some SD card issues, and then later on some audio issues as well with one of the GoPros, and it was raining, so we thought it would be wise to do it again on a nice dry sunny day. But benefit of that rain was that you could get it to go sideways, as you can see right here. That doesn't work in the dry. It just doesn't have enough power to break traction on those Sport Contact 7s. So again, supercharger on it, you'll be drifting left and right. Okay, so we're going to hit the Autobahn. As you can see, the oil temp is quite high in this car. It's been high the whole time, so I think it just runs a bit hot, but we're going to keep an eye on it. Still weird to shift with your left hand. So it does lean a bit in corners. Third gear, full throttle. Rev limiter around 6,000 RPM. 100 to 200 we did a 13.2, something like that. Which is not bad for a 1900 kilo manual 367 horsepower car. And that was almost 250. I have to let off because, as I said, brakes are not great. I don't want to push them too hard. Oh, like that. Usually cars like this are not made for Autobahn driving, even though they do have a top speed of 250 or 260. I don't think that back in Australia they were doing a lot of testing like this, and yeah, those brakes get real hot real quick. You can see now it's 132 degrees after one pull. Yeah, it runs really hot. So I don't think I'm going to stress it too much. I don't know if that's just the way this engine runs. So Stefan spent around 32,000 euros on this car, getting it over here, you know, shipping it, importing it, getting the oh, that's the wrong one. And he said that even though he would not recommend anyone doing it because it was quite a hassle, he said he doesn't regret it. And I think that is really cool because he's got something so unique and he daily drives this through winter. It's a really nice daily driver. If you just drive it in a more relaxed way, it's just a friendly, big V8, rumbling, leaning, sort of muscle car station wagon. And I really like that. I think it's such a unique car here in Europe. And I guess that's why Stefan bought it as well. I'm not going to push it any further because it's just running too hot. So thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. A little bit of a weird car, but we always try to find the cool weird thing. So I hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe by clicking the big button. It helps us out. Check out this video, this playlist, and we'll see you at the next one. Bye.